Alright, so let me change the font size here. Alright, so I'm going to do the npm run dev to start it. And it seems like my npm is a little bit out of date. I'm gonna check it later. Right, so we're gonna create a schema as usual for the widget. Right, it's going to have a page ID, have the widget type, have a name, text, URL, width, and size. Right, so create a type for it. Right, so it is still starting. So let me just go ahead, go to the models folder, and create a model for the widget. Right, so new file, widget.js. Alright, so it's gonna be like the just opened. It's gonna be like the ones we were working before for the widget, for the website, or for the pages. Alright, it's gonna be very similar. So I'm gonna say constant mongoose equal to require mongoose. Alright, import it first. Mongoose. We're just gonna put this one on the right. I'm not gonna forget. Right, so first we import the mongoose, then we use that to create the schema. So constant mongoose widget schema is equal to mongoose the function schema function. Right, so we can define our schema inside this curly brace. Right, so let's start with a page ID. Right, so each widget will have a page ID. Right, that is the type of it is mongoose.schema.types the object ID, right? Object ID. This type of it, and it refers to the page, right? Ref page. That's first. Right, so it's a little bit. Just gonna close that. Our first page, and we also have a widget type for each widget. Right, the type of it is a string, and it also has an enum to limit the options for this for widget type. It can either be a heading, an image, or a U2. Right, that's basically a array. You can only choose the options inside this array as a widget type. And I'm going to make it as one required. So it's too long, so just change it to 2 lines for me. I mean multiple lines for me. Alright, so widget type, keep going. Have name, which is a string. Text, again, it's a string. And the URL. URL is also a string. And we'll have size. For the size, let me see. Maybe I want to store it as a string, maybe as a number. Let me check the. And width. Firstly, the width. Alright, the width is going to be let me double check about the setup we had for the widget. So for the widget list. So the width of stuff, it was just the width. So yeah, it's going to be a percent value. So it's going to type of this one going to be a string, and the size is going to be a should be lowercase type. Sorry, not lowercase type. The size is going to be, let me see. It's going to be string, right? So the size should be string here. Right, just to match the setup we had there. So the size is going to be a string. We'll also change the assignment requirement. We'll make that as string. Yeah, I changed it. Yeah, it's, well, the number and string both work, but if you make it here number, and it means we also need to change the client side. This one has to be a number. Right, so just make it string, so make it easy for us to do it. Right, string and number both work in this case. Right, so then we can export it. Right, export the schema. So the way we do it, let me just check the code. I always forgot how to exactly syntax for it. So it's going to be module the exports equal to mongoose the model. Right, so I'm going to call it widget, and it's made up by the schema name, which is widget schema. Right, so let's export it. Model the exports mongoose the model. Right, widget schema. Right, that should be it. Right, so the only new things we have here is this enum. Right, so type of that is string, but it can be only either heading widget or YouTube. Other kind of string won't be accepted as a widget type for now. Right, later we can add in more types like the input, checkbox, or the other kind of the input. But right now we can only choose these three. Okay, and after the schema created, we can use this in our routes. Remember, this file is connected with the routes folder. In the routes folder, go to the widget.js. Alright, so I'm going to put the schema on the right, so yeah, so you can still see it. But then we're going to import the schema we just created, the model we just created actually. Yeah, schema create a model, and then we import the model here. Let's say the constant widget is equal to require. Right, require the file is in // actually // jump out of the routes folder, go to the models folder, right, and looking for the widget.js. Right, so we just created a widget model and import it, and now we're going to use this model. Right, we're going to get rid of this widgets array. We're not going to use it. The widgets array. This whole array is going to be remove it. I can remove it. All right, so now we are going to rewrite our functions. The first one, create new widget. We're going to create new widget by calling the widget model. Right, so I'm gonna delete the push here. Not gonna be push. And the new widget is equals to, instead of equal to request body, it's going to equals to new widget. Right, and takes the request body. Right, takes request body as an input. Right, we'll basically just grab all the fields inside request body to create this new widget model. This new widget model here. This model. And then we're going to save it. So we're going to say new widget. Actually, we're going to be constant widget equals to await. new widget.save. Save it and give us a widget. And then we return this widget to the client. And because we're using await, we need to put async at the beginning of the function. Alright, let's do the work. Let's also go ahead and change the others. So this is basically the same thing like when we create page or create website. It's almost the same. Right, so then we get widgets by giving page ID. Again, the same thing. So let's get rid of this loop. Not gonna need it. Right, so we have the PID, and we can use that PID to call the find function. So we're gonna say the constant current widgets is equals to widget dot find. Right, find, we can pass in a curly brace here to give in the conditions. We're looking for the ones with page ID is equals to PID. I can give conditions here, like what kind of pages what kind of widgets you are looking for. Well, I'm looking for the widgets that has page ID equals to the PID I have here. You can see like we just basically just have the same syntax, same thing, coming from the widget, for the page, or for the website, right? So almost identical. And next one, get the widget by giving ID. This time we're just looking for one widget with its ID. Right. So again, let's get rid of this loop, and we have the widget ID, so we can just call the constant widget is equals to, actually for this one it's not gonna work because I forgot the await and also the async at the beginning of the function. Right, so if we forgot that, it's not gonna working. And again, async here, and I'm gonna put wait here. Widget is equal to widget dot find one. Right, this time only actually we can use find by ID. Right, so we're looking for something by its ID, and passing the widget ID inside it. Right, find the widget by its ID. So find by ID. Right, so it's still the same thing. Right, still the same thing. Right, and this is the update widget. Again, we're not gonna need the array. Right, so we have the new widget come from request body, and we are going to call the function find and update. So let's say the constant. Actually, we don't need the constant. Let's say just say for first thing we can put this one async. Just gonna say await widget the find by ID and update. Right, this function. The ID of it is new widget the underscore ID, and the the update will be the new widget. I'm going to do the update. All right, and the last one is going to be delete. So it's still the same thing. We just find by ID and remove it. So get rid of the for loop. We have the widget ID, so I'm just gonna again put async here and await. Say the widget the find by ID and remove. The ID is widget ID. Right, and we're not gonna rest JSON widgets because widgets is deleted. Just register, just give back a null. Right, that's every change on the server side. And we also need to do something for the client side, like things like getting rid of the UUID and to test everything, make sure everything is working. All right, so we're gonna go to the client side, client source component widget, and the widget chooser. I'm gonna leave the widgets on the right, so we need it. All right, so for the widget chooser, we are looking for the create here, right? Create function, ID equals UUID. We're gonna remove that. I'm not gonna need the ID for it. Right, same thing. We're gonna delete the import UUID here. And this push, this post and then push. Right, this is going to be not going to getting the new widget to the ID. It's going to getting the response. So adding the new widget into the array, and it's going to return us a constant, a response. A constant response is going to be returned from this push post. Our response is going to return back from this post. And when we push it, instead of push to the new widget ID, we're going to push to ris.data.id. Right, so we're just going to take some space here. Right, so we check. When we send a post, we expect getting a response. Right, and when we push to go to the next page, instead of go to the new widget ID, because new widget doesn't have ID right now, we're going to push based on the response. Response data.id. Alright, so that should be it. Let's test things, make sure everything is working. Alright, so I'm gonna log in as any account like Alice. Alright, again, you want to open your console. Make sure there's no error inside it. Alright, so login Alice. Go to her website. She has a MC website. Maybe you don't. You can just, if you don't have any website, you just create a new one. Alright, so website. Let's create a page here. It's going to be my home page. Home. Right, page is created. We already tested the page, so I know it's going to be working. Right, today we didn't touch the page, so it still works. Right, so for the widgets, we're gonna firstly create a heading widget. Right, so the name of it. Let's go to the M symbol. Text, it says M symbol, and the size of it. So we're just gonna put it the biggest one. Right, here I have M symbol. That works. Let's try to edit it. I'm gonna change the size of it, make it smaller, and change M symbol here to be UM. And it works. It becomes smaller. Right, let me try to delete it. Right, it also works. Right, let's try something else. I'm going to try the image widget. I just fully test everything, make sure everything is working. Name text, I'm just going to give a URL here. I think I'm going to use this one. And the width, just make it like about 50%. And okay. Here is a Urban League logo. Right, it works. And let's try to change the size, make it smaller. And it works. And then I can also delete it. Right, so the image also fully functional. And let's go ahead and test the YouTube. Right, go to the YouTube. And the URL here, I have this one is a video. Right, I'm gonna change the size of it, make it smaller. Right, also works. Oh, I'm getting an arrow. I don't think that's my problem. It seems like something. I don't know. It seems like something in the in the YouTube. Right, so we're just gonna ignore that as long as this works. Yeah, it works. Right, so it actually works. I can play the video. I can max the screen of it. Right, so that's good. Right, and what's going on here right now? We can just change the size of it, make it bigger, and it's getting bigger. Right, and I can also delete it. Right, everything is working. Right, so this error, I do think it's a YouTube stuff. Because something like cq.g.h.ny, not something. It's not looks like something we added. I'm just gonna ignore that. Right, so yeah, so everything is working, and I think that's it for this assignment. Because you can see this is a very short assignment. We just move data from server to database, and instead of handling data by ourselves, we're using Mongoose to send a request to database, and database is gonna handle data for us. Right, and yeah, that's it for today. And tomorrow, there's no class on tomorrow, right? And on Thursday, we are going to talk about how to set up the database in the Heroku. Right now, if you have tried to use your user code on Heroku, right? So you should notice that the application is no longer works. Right, so if you just this is a simple one. So if you try to go to the where is that? Right, the website, open app. I don't think the app is going to be opening. Right, so because like we are somehow connected to a database, right? But when we push our code to Heroku, we're not going to use the database locally. We have on the machine. We are connected to an online database. We're going to use an online database to make it work, right? So I know it's kind of like work, but you won't be able to register a new account, or not going to be able to register a new account, or doing other things, right? So you cannot register a new account, right? If you click register, nothing going to happen, right? So because we don't connect to the online database, right? So tomorrow we're going to set it up, right, to allow us to instead of using local database, when we push out to Heroku, it's using an online database. Okay, right, so I'm going to stop the video here. And if you are still behind, please try to catch up with us. And tomorrow we're going to finish up this assignment. And on Friday, we're going to talk about the SQL database. Right? Say how we can, instead of using MongoDB, maybe we can also using SQL to store our database, store our data. Right, let me git add dot git commit -m. So there's an ending data. Actually, it's just going to be just database and widget part, right? Something like that. And git push. Call it push it to the GitHub. Right, and also let me upload the video.